Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and donating to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you for those of you who've been booking readings with me. It is truly appreciated, okay? So guys, your girl's Patreon channel is up and running. So if you would like to support your girl, you'll be able to find a link in the description box below. I do post 2 exclusive videos per week, so go check it out if you feel called to. So before we dive in, if you've been loving the energy here, I have created a collection of spiritual ebooks and printable workbooks to help you along your journey. From manifestation rituals to love journal prompts, these tools are designed to help you align, heal, and rise. You'll be able to find a link in the description box below or on my Patreon channel under the shop tab. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video is going to be about why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. So this is going to be a collective reading, so there are no pile. So we're going to smudge the cards first before we get started, so we don't pick up the energy of previous readings, okay? So my collective, why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. I heard you're powerful, or you have a powerful aura, magnetic aura. Okay, this is what I'm getting here. You have a magnetic aura. It makes some people uncomfortable because they're drawn to you and they don't know why, or they feel like they have no control over their desire for you, especially if you are like a woman here, even like you're men, right? Like other women might desire you and they may feel uncomfortable about that because maybe like you're very attractive and they might feel like inadequate or undesirable in comparisons to you. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. We have the Queen of Cups is because you are emotionally intelligent, you're street smart with the Queen of Cups, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable, because you can see right through them. You can see their intentions. When they look at you, they could see that your eyes is assessing them. Maybe you have a very powerful gaze or intense gaze. Maybe you are a Scorpio or something. Maybe you have an intense gaze here, and some people, they feel like exposed in your gaze. That's why you make them feel uncomfortable. Like your presence make them feel uncomfortable. Why your presence makes some people feel uncomfortable. Okay, so with the Three of Wands, because you are action oriented, you don't waste time. Okay, you're extremely efficient with your time, your energy, and your resources with the Three of Wands, and that's why your presence makes some people feel uncomfortable. Okay, why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. Ooh, we have the Empress, because you are attracted here. You're beautiful. Okay, you could be a Libran or a Taurus here, but you're very attractive. I'm getting like Angel Reese. I think she's a Taurus. Okay, um she plays for the female league. She's a basketball player. She's very attractive, very beautiful woman. Like her face, like she's attractive. Okay, that's what I'm getting here with the Empress energy. Very attractive. You could be athletic too, athletic build. Whether you're a woman or a man, you're very physically attractive. I'm getting like Usher energy if you're a man. Okay. Ooh. Oh my god. I think Usher's a Libra, okay? I think he is. Ooh, they're not liking it. Your beauty makes people uncomfortable, okay? So, why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? What do we have here? Ooh, Ace of Swords. I feel like, yeah, your clarity. You see things clearly. You see things for what it is, okay? It's hard for people to pull the wool over your eyes, and that's why your presence makes some people feel uncomfortable. But you could be sharp-eyed with the Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's why I feel like your gaze might be intense, or you know how to hold somebody's gaze, and that could make people feel uncomfortable in your presence. Why your presence makes some people, ooh, we have the High Priestess. Yes, because you're highly intuitive. It's like You could read people easily, but you're hard to read. That's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable with the high priestess, okay? It's like people could tell that you know more than you let on, but you don't really talk, like you don't really expose your knowledge, okay? Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? We have the hermit card, okay? No, the hierophant, Taurus energy. So we have Taurus twice here. Yeah, like I feel like your integrity, you walk with integrity, you walk with purpose, okay? There is also a sense of familiarity, or like there's an energy like people feel like you're higher than them with the hierophant, okay? Like in a sense, like they feel like automatically when you come in you switch up the hierarchy. So let's say for instance, before you walked into the room, somebody felt like they were superior or like they were the best in the room, but the moment that you step in, you switch the hierarchical chart, right? Because people now feel inferior to you. Now they feel like, okay, you're surpassing them with the hierophant. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? We have wow, because you shine brightly with the sun card. You walk into the room and all eyes on you. You have it, like I said, you have a powerful energy. You shine brightly with this energy, okay, with the sun card. Like, you know, with the sun card, I feel like you illuminate people's shadows, and that's why you make some people uncomfortable with your presence, okay? It's like they compare themselves to you automatically, like in like you're like the contrast, okay? When you walk into the room, you're definitely the blueprint, and that's why some people they feel uncomfortable in your presence, okay? Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Just one card, please, spirit. We have the Eight of Cups, because you're not emotionally attached to an outcome, okay? When you walk into a room, in your head, you're not coming there, oh, are they gonna like me? Or are they gonna accept me? Do I look okay? You don't care about that. Like you walk into the room like you know you're the ish. Like you don't need someone else to tell you that you're the ish. You know you are. And if they don't believe it, that's their problem. For you, it's not going to affect your self-esteem. It's not going to affect how you operate, how you move. And that's why with the Eight of Cups, your presence makes some people uncomfortable, okay? Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Why your presence makes some people, ooh, we have the Magician. You are a master manifester. You're very skilled and talented here with the Magician, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable, okay? They see you as somebody who's very skilled and talented, somebody who's extremely resourceful. You speak like you speak things into existence. You command the room with your words. Okay, you have I'm getting like you have the gift of gab with the Magician. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? We have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, because people gravitate towards you naturally with the Knight of Cups. You don't have to do too much. You're very open, friendly. There is like a softness, or like I really feel like you have good rapport with people. So you are a great networker. Like you know how to network. I feel like maybe you like to go to networking events, or you maybe you have a lot of speaking engagement. I can't even speak with the Magician. That's what I'm getting here. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. Yeah, we have the Page of Cups, because you're genuine and they are faking it. They're putting out a front, but what you see is what you get. Like you are authentically yourself. Like you don't have to pretend to be someone else in order to feel accepted. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Yeah, Four of Pentacles, because you are self-contained with the Four of Pentacles. You don't rely on outside validation in order to feel good about yourself. Like I feel like with Nine of Pentacles energy, you're self-made, okay? You're content with yourself, okay? You're self-validated. So nobody could rattle your cage. Nobody could shake up your confidence, because your confidence comes from within. It doesn't come from outside resources. Like it's really within you, okay? And that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable, because they know that they cannot rattle your cage. They could say things to you to try to undermine your confidence, and it doesn't work, okay? You don't budge. So why your presence make, yeah, Ace of Swords again? Because you see things clearly. You could clock somebody's intentions towards you. So if you see somebody coming towards you acting like they want to be your friend, but you know deep down inside they're just trying to instigate, they're trying to find out things about you, but not they're not being they're being covert about it. You know how to see through your intentions with the Ace of Swords, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. They don't like that you can see right through them. Oof, your work ethics with the Eight of Pentacles. You're very skilled and talented, and that's what makes your presence, that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable with the Eight of Pentacles. Your work ethics, it's like kind of hard to beat somebody who's always improving. It's hard to do that because you're going to have to be on the same level, and you have to constantly improve. You have to constantly level up, and you do this on a day-to-day basis. It's not a one-time, one off. No, it's like every day you're just so focused, like laser focused. Eight of Pentacles is like laser focused energy, like really working on your craft. And that's why some people are uncomfortable, okay, in your presence. They could tell that you have mastered something. You're not a novelist. Okay, you are a master at your craft. So, why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Yeah, because you are extremely creative. You exude like sexuality, sensuality with the Ace of Wands, and it makes some people uncomfortable because your sensuality is not something that is forced. Okay, you're not wearing it as like clothes. It's like it's not your clothes that makes you sensual. It's not your clothes that make you attractive. It's your energy, your essence. Okay, you have a very alluring aura to you as well with the Ace of Wands, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. But the people that are uncomfortable with your Ace of Wands energy, your fire, your passion, are the people that lack it. The people that have to perform. They have to perform. They don't really have the passion like that. Like everything that they do is calculated. Is nothing is genuine. Okay, when somebody's really passionate, like you could see it in their eyes, the spark in their eyes, the way that they speak, their mannerism, like they're free. Like you could tell that it's like their natural state. It's not something that they're performing. That's your energy, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Yeah, we have the Eight of Wands. You're action oriented. You're bold. Okay, you think action, and that's why some people are uncomfortable in your energy. We have 888, so you may see this number often. You may be receiving some sort of like influx in money, but there's an energy of abundance around you that makes some people uncomfortable. Okay, because like I said, they have to try really hard. They have to hustle and bustle, where there's nothing wrong with hustling and bustling, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like you can't always be on all the time. Sometimes you have to allow yourself to receive. Okay, because we have the Empress here, so, and we also have the Magician, so you have the ability to attract things to you without forcing it, without having to lift a finger. And that can make some people uncomfortable because on the other end, they feel like they have to work super hard to get twice as much as what you're getting. Okay, because your aura is magnetic. Okay, why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Just one card, please, Spirit. Why your presence? We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Yeah, you're even tempered. You're calm, cool, and collected. Okay, like I said, like you don't really let outside noise, outside circumstances. Like I feel like you're into not meditation, but you could be into meditation. But I'm getting like manifestation, like about like when they say circumstances don't matter, like your current circumstance. Like I feel like you have a very strong self concept as well with the Temperance card that allows you to attract things to you, because like it's really about your self concept when it comes to manifestation, right? So because if you don't change your self concept, you won't be able to manifest, because your self concept is like contradicting what you're trying to manifest if it's not in alignment. So you know that with the Temperance card, you're well balanced, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable, because they could tell that you're not walking with chaos. There's not a chaotic energy around you. Okay, with the Temperance card, you're well balanced. So why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Ooh, because they feel left out. They feel insignificant in your presence with the Five of Pentacles. They feel like they don't measure up because they compare themselves to you. Like I said, you shift the hierarchy chart, the hierarchical chart within an environment. Okay, there is a hierarchy. Everywhere you go, there is some sort of hierarchy. Even if you don't want to be part of it, it's like an unspoken agreement in a way. Okay, it's just like everywhere you go, there's always like a power play, right? So whether you want to participate or not, you're just part of the environment, the ecosystem of the environment. So I'm getting like when you walk in, like you just switch things up. Okay, the people that think that they were the big dog, they're now the underdog, unfortunately. Okay, that's just like the energy how it goes. So why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Yeah, because they feel judged, they feel inadequate. Like I said, every time that you come around, like people just feel like they have to adjust, or they have to straighten their back, they have to fix their hair, they have to, watch what they say. Like, like they have to perform now. Like if they were performing before, maybe they were performing at a 40% capacity. Now they're performing at 80, 90%, 100% capacity, right? Because they have to impress. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? We have the Page of Wands, because you are somebody who is magnetic with the Page of Wands. You attract things to you. You're a source of inspiration. People feel drawn to your light. I feel like you may not even like to go outside like that, because maybe people come towards you, they drain your energy, they steal from you. People want to jack your style, they want to bite your style, they want to do you better than you, and it could be exhausting. I feel like for you, it's like, ugh, that's why you Eight of Cups, like you're emotionally withdrawn. Why your presence makes some people feel uncomfortable? Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Just one card, please, Spirit. We have the Two of Wands, because you walk to the beat of your own drums with the Two of Wands. Okay, because we also have the Three of Wands. You're somebody who walks at your own pace, your own path. You're not a follower. You are a leader. Okay, so you don't follow trends. You set the trends, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. Because let's say, for instance, there was like a specific energy in the room, or a specific way people used to do things before you got there. The moment you get there, you shift the environment, you shift the energy, and you make people adjust to you, not you adjusting to the environment. And that's why you make some people uncomfortable. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? Just one card, please, Spirit. Yeah, you're influential with the Strength card. The Strength card is like quiet, subtle influence. Okay, we have Leo twice, so like your presence is like I said, magnetic. It's influential. Yeah, you're extremely influential, so that's why like you call the shots without having to be forceful with the Strength card. Okay, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. We have the High Priestess again, so we have Cancer and Leo energy twice. Okay, yeah, because you have this quiet authority about you. That's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable. Like your authority, like I said, is super quiet. It's not something that is loud or like I said, performative, and it's not based on titles. It's based on energy. Your energy shifts the room. Even if people who has higher title than you, senior position or whatever, they still feel like inadequate. That's why like these are the people that are uncomfortable with you, because their power comes from their title. Your power comes from your presence, your energy, who you are to your core. It's not a title. So whether you have a title or not, you're still powerful. And that's like threatening for people like that, because their power is only from their title. So once the title is stripped, they no longer hold power. While you, with or without a title, you're still powerful. It's not the same thing. You guys are not on the same level. So that's why when you walk in, you shift the environment without having to say anything. Okay. Why your presence makes some people uncomfortable? We have the Six of Swords. This is mental clarity, moving on to calmer waters. Yeah, like you're the type of person that do not linger, and that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable, because you don't linger in conversation, you don't linger in thoughts. Like you don't get caught up in people's shenanigans. And the people that want to hook you in some sort of shenanigan, they want to hook you into some sort of drama, they want to hook you into some sort of like situation, it doesn't work with the Six of Swords. Like you're mentally agile, you're flexible. Okay, so you're not somebody who's going to get caught up in nonsense. And that's why your presence makes some people uncomfortable, because they don't know how to categorize you or box you in, because you're too fluid, you're too agile. Okay, so that's all I have for the collective. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.